reading of the Prosper Independent School District Order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Chapter 551. Today we have a special meeting and we only have one thing to do, which is special business. We should go very quickly. That is a potential bond refunding for interest cost savings. Anything you want to say about that? Or
Yeah, so just to give you a little bit of background and information, the subcommittee, or the finance subcommittee from the board, met with Doug Witt, and what he was talking to us about is that the Attorney General's office is allowing us to utilize the 2014 refunding proposition to minimize the amount of CABs, which is the capital appreciation bonds, and that will give us an advance on taxable refunding. And so it's my recommendation that you all approve this.
it was the potential savings, was it 12 million? Was that the number? Just in interest rate savings alone, 12 million.
So basically if rates stayed where they are, we could wait for 2 years and we would still save $12 million, but you don't know what rates are gonna do. So what you're doing is you're actually going and issuing bonds, letting that money just sit here for 2 years, because we can't repay those bonds for a couple of years. That's the part that always, to me, is kind of distasteful, is you're sitting here earning like 10 basis points and
Yeah.
you're paying 2 or 3. But at the end of the day, you're locking in what's there today, and I think it cost us $4 million over the next couple of years, basically to get insurance, that we'd still get that $12 million of savings. So, while, again, I hate to issue those and have them sit there, and you don't want to necessarily try to guess where interest rates are going, so it makes sense to go ahead and lock it in, I think.
Good.
Ms. Fulmer, anything you want to add?
Thank you. What Mr. Witt described to the Finance Committee was just a very unprecedented market right now, where we just have such historically low interest rates. And I know that we've kind of heard that before, but this is really unprecedented. The opportunity to take advantage of the refunding, even though these are taxable bonds that we'll be issuing, not tax exempt. We were actually waiting, Mr. Witt and his team were waiting to see if maybe a stimulus package would change the law and maybe allow us to do a tax exempt, which would give us even more savings. But apparently that is just sort of stuck in legislation. It was talked about, but it's not moving anywhere. So they really thought that the time was now to pull the trigger on issuing about $79 million in refunding bonds for savings. So it's just good news all the way around.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fulmer.
Yeah, so our committee met and I think felt unanimously that this is a recommendation we should bring forward to the board. It does need to go to the board.
I mean, unless somebody has vision into the future that says rates will be lower in 2 years. So if y'all have that, then please share it with us.
That's right. Okay, with that, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Mays. Second?
I'll second.
Oh, thank you, Bill. All in favor? Okay, motion passes. That is the nature of our meeting. We've concluded, so I need a motion to adjourn. Thank you, Deborah. Second. Thank you, Jan. All in favor? All right. Thank you all for being here for that. Sorry it was so short, but